Welcome back to the CryptoWorld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin has just had a rejection from important resistance as a new bearish divergence emerges. But in the shorter term, prices are running into important support levels, which I'll talk more about later in the video, so definitely stick around to the end. First of all, starting off on the 3-day Bitcoin to US dollar chart, taking a look at the super trend indicator, which is still currently in the green. And so according to this indicator on the 3-day Bitcoin chart, we are still looking bullish in terms of the larger trend at play. Because as I've explained in past videos here on the channel, and as I also mentioned, the moment this flipped into the green right down here at around $18,000, whenever this super trend indicator flips into the green, especially on the 3-day chart and also on the weekly chart, these larger timeframes, it usually means we're about to begin a much larger bullish trend. And on the flip side, if we see the super trend indicator flip into the red, that usually means we're about to begin a larger move to the downside. And now, sometimes these bullish and bearish trends based on the super trend indicator last for multiple months, while other times they last for over a year, like the 2020 to 2021 bull market, and of course the 2022 bear market, where this indicator remained in the red basically the entire time, almost from all-time highs all the way down to the current low in the Bitcoin price. And in case you're wondering, in order for this indicator to flip back into the red, we would need to see a break below this line right here, which is sitting at approximately 19.7k, so just underneath 20,000, which means once again, if we see a confirmed break below that level, this indicator would flip back into the red and basically invalidate this green flip just here and essentially resume a larger downtrend. But at least for now, we are still technically looking more bullish than bearish in terms of the larger trend at play here on the larger timeframes, like the 3-day chart and the weekly chart. But with that being said, even though the price might be trending in the bullish direction, obviously we are running into very important resistance where we have previously experienced a massive rejection. And so far, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin has just experienced another rejection over the last 1 day from this range of resistance. And in case you're new to this channel, this range of resistance is coming into play in between around 24.3k going up towards around 25.2k. And over the last 1 day, we've seen pretty much a perfect rejection from 25.2k, which is the top end of this range of resistance. And as I said in my last video on the channel, we would need to see a confirmed breakout above 25.2k with confirmation, such as a daily candle close at least. But ideally, considering how significant this resistance is, if we could see a weekly candle close above 25.2k or flip 25.2k into support, then those signals would be even more confirmation of a breakout to the upside, which we haven't seen just yet. So at least for now, once again, while the price remains below this resistance, we need to remain cautious, because obviously you don't want to be caught in a situation like this in this previous example where we saw a significant rejection from this same range of resistance. And instead, we must consider the possibility of a further rejection like that possibly happening, at least while we're below this resistance. But of course, if we see a confirmed breakout above 25.2k, then at that stage, I'll become even more bullish. And if that happens, if we see a confirmed breakout, then I'll be targeting closer towards around 28,500. And above that level, then I'll be watching the low $30,000 prices as basically the next price target area if we first see a confirmed breakout above 25.2k. And as I also explained in more detail in my last video on this channel, if we see a confirmed breakout above this range of resistance, then that basically confirms that the bear market bottom is in place and we're potentially beginning a much larger bullish trend here on the larger timeframes. And if you missed my last video on the channel and you want to know why that is the case, then make sure to watch my last video on this channel to find out more about that. But anyway, staying on the daily Bitcoin chart and taking a look at this bearish divergence, which is currently extending because because obviously we've just experienced a higher high in the Bitcoin price while the RSI on the daily time frame is still forming lower highs. And so far, this new bearish divergence does have one confirmation with one daily candle close in the red. Now, ideally, if we could see another daily candle close in the red, that could add even more confirmation, confirming this bearish divergence in place. But once again, at least for now, considering we have seen that one daily candle close in the red, which has put in a local high in the RSI, that means that this bearish divergence on the daily time frame is technically confirmed, and we should be expecting somewhat reduced bullish momentum in the shorter term relative to the daily time frame, as in potentially in the coming days, maybe over the next 1 to 2 weeks. And the invalidation for this bearish divergence would be a breakout in the RSI into new higher highs, while the price obviously stays in higher highs, because that would essentially invalidate the bearish divergence. But at least for now, this is something on the daily time frame to pay attention to, and once again, we're due to see reduced bullish momentum for the time being. And as for short-term support levels, taking a look at the 6-hour Bitcoin to US dollar chart, looking at the volume profile indicator, and right now this is showing a lot of support starting at around 23.3k, going all the way down towards around 22.6k, with the majority of this support sitting closer towards 23 to 23.1k. So just above 23k, we should be experiencing quite a bit of support, at least based on the volume profile indicator. And now, if you look at the 6-hour Bitcoin RSI, it was clear why we had to experience a bit of bearish price action, because we were due to see a cool off, considering the RSI was well into overbought territories, telling us that the price has risen too high too fast. And once again, we need some time to cool off and reset this RSI in the shorter term before potentially continuing the larger bullish trend later on. So overall, on the larger time frames, I'm still currently more bullish than bearish in terms of the trend based on multiple technical indicators and the fact that we are consistently forming higher lows and higher highs. But just in the shorter term, we're due to experience a bit of a cool off because the RSI was very overbought, and we are running into that important resistance and playing out this bearish divergence, telling us that we're due to see reduced bullish momentum in the shorter term once again. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and right now the price of ETH is still running into this important range of resistance coming to play in between 1650 to 1.7k. But if we do end up seeing a confirmed breakout above 1.7k with at least a daily candle close above 1.7k, then the next resistance is sitting closer towards around 1780 to 1.8k, so just underneath 1.8k. But if we see a break above that level, then the next resistance is sitting closer towards $2,000. And as for support on the daily time frame, we still have this important support right here at around 1.5k, and technically speaking, the trend on the daily time frame is still more bullish than bearish because we're still seeing higher lows and higher highs on the daily time frame. And on top of that, staying on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, but as you can see here, we are still potentially forming this bullish flag pattern, as I talked more about in my last video. But in order for this pattern to activate and confirm the technical price target, we need to first see a confirmed breakout above this resistance, which once again is sitting close to 1.7k. And so while the price action is still below that resistance, this bullish flag pattern is not in play, and that price target is not yet in play as well. But if we do end up seeing a confirmed breakout above 1.7k, then that activates this price target, which is sitting at around 2.1k. And in case you're wondering, the support line for this bull flag pattern is once again that previous support just here at around 1.5k. And now if you're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 6-hour ETH to US dollar chart, taking a look at some short-term support levels in the volume profile indicator, we can see an initial area of support which is coming into play in between around 1670 down towards around 1620, with most of the support coming into play in between around 1630 to 1650. But if we end up seeing a break below this area just here, so below around 1620, then we would likely see a continued drop down towards this next area, which starts at around around 1580, going all the way down towards around 1520, with most of this support sitting in between around 1530 to 1550. And in terms of the short-term trend here, I expect something similar to play out for ETH like Bitcoin in the shorter term. So once again, somewhat reduced bullish momentum for some time here in the shorter term, as in potentially in the coming days. But like I said earlier, the larger trend on the larger timeframes is technically still more bullish than bearish. It's just we could be due to see a bit of a pause from that larger bullish trend here in the shorter term. And now, if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left of your screen shows you how to make money if the price is either bullish or bearish, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money if the price is chopping around sideways. But that's just about everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.